Hello, everyone. Welcome to Ask Me Anything session with Tiluf at XR Open Source Fellowship Program by Fiki, supported by Meta. Welcome, Yash.
Hi Puneet,
So, thank you for
thank you
your
for
time.
inviting me. Yeah,
Same here. We would wanted to understand about your organization first.
sure. So let me introduce myself. I'm Yash, co-founder of Tiluf, and we have been working on Tiluf since last 1.5 years. And our major aim, like our main vision, is creating a hyper reality ecosystem. And we have almost achieved the baseline of it. Like we have already launched on Android and iOS. On Android, and we'll be recently in next 10 to 15 days we'll be launching on iOS also. So
Awesome.
let me just give you a short. Let me share my screen so that I can give you a view of what Tiluf is.
Sure.
Yeah, just a second. Okay. Uh, so are you able to see the video?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So, like by hyper reality, what we mean is that we are using different kind of XR technologies into a single screen. Like as you can see here, like people are able to showcase their menu, post photos, and post experiences. Plus, recently we have developed a new functionality in which you'll be able to see people's name on top of them in a particular way, so that like you can connect with them. You can see like what particular digital asset do they own and all, and like you can also interact with objects, like different objects. A VR aspect is also there in the whole ecosystem. And then the imagination is your limitation basically. So yeah, so this is the whole till of hyper reality, like where our main aim is that we want to create uh, we want to create a ecosystem where multiple people are able to attach experiences to physical places, people, and objects, so that a real hyper reality is created. And this is what we are working on right now.
That's pretty awesome. I mean, the video that you have shown just
Yeah,
it's
and the best part is it's like we have shot it using our own app, so it's not like some video like of the vision. Like it's already up live on Android. Like you can just check it out. And yeah, we'll be launching in iOS also very soon, in
so
maybe two
it's an
weeks.
app, right? It's an app. Once you onboarded the clients on the right hand side and the left hand side, a user can go wherever they wanted to go and having an experience of metaverse, right?
Yes, yeah, and we have made the creation of metaverse also very easy. Like people can create metaverse within 2 minutes, and like they can just place it anywhere they want. Like as I told you, objects, people, or places. Other people can go experience it. And like recently, we have collaborated with multiple brands and companies also, and we are bringing them on board to this whole space. Now, yeah, this is what Tiluf is, and right now, what we are trying to achieve with Reskill, Meta, and the whole open source program is that we are trying to bring ML and AI into the space. So, like using that, we'll be able to do body tracking, face tracking, and generative AI in the AR space. So, our full focus is on helping users to create immersive experiences all over the world, and like creating these experiences. So right now, like you'll be able to attach some experience on top of a particular person, but like let's say to make them wear a dress or suit. So if you want to do that, we'll be needing machine learning, body tracking, face tracking. And if you want people to create new kind of experiences with a single like line of code, let's say just writing a monkey. Let me show you the. Let me again share the screen.
Sure.
So what the just a second. Yeah. So this is how like we are plan. This is what we are trying to implement. Like it will be done with stable diffusion and AR. So just writing like Shrek with a wooden statue like this, and automatically it will be a wooden statue. Woman with flowers, and like it will automatically change. So this also allows like normal users who are not a 3D developer, like dog with a accordion, and they are able to change it. And like writing something like so just take a space and just write the kind of experience that you want there, and like it will come there, and you can just post it for others to see and make money out of it, and a lot of engagements can be created. And this is the next parallel that we are working on, which is the body augmentation, so that multiple people in the space can uh, like can augment things on other people. So these are the two parallels that we are trying to achieve with Meta and Rayfield.
Right. So we have seen there are two projects from Tiluf, right? So
Yes,
would be great if you can deep dive in each one of the project and explain in a way so one can build their proposal accordingly from the
sure.
thoughts to their 12-week journey to the tech stacks, each and everything you just need to cover.
Okay, perfect. Uh, so the two projects are basically, the first project is in Android, in native Android, and the second one is in iOS. Both will be doing the same thing, but yeah, in different platforms. That's first part of it. Now, like on the Android part, like we already have the base layer ready, like where we have connected the like renders with the AR engine and all the things. We have our own engine, so we'll be open sourcing it, and and people will be building on that. And same goes with iOS. Now, the main tech stack will be like for the first project, Android project, you need to know Java, basics of AR core. If not, we'll be teaching you. But yeah, Java is a must, like so that like we can get a head start. Then AI, basics of AI/ML will be needed, and yeah, that should be it. Like we should be good to go. For iOS also, like Swift is a must. Then basics of AR core and AR kit, and then AI/ML. Basics of AI/ML. So this is the whole tech stack that the candidates need to know, and we'll be there to help. But yeah, like if you know Java or Swift, then we'll get a very good head start, and we'll be able to complete the projects in the given timeline.
Right.
And on both the sides, two things will be there. Like first, implementing the models, the AI/ML models in the whole, putting them in the ecosystem, connecting them with like for the like both Android and iOS have two sub projects in them. One is the generative AI and one is the body augmentation. So for body augmentation, already Google has given some ML APIs that we'll be using, and we can import different models into it, and we'll be using those models, or maybe generating our own if we have some like ones. We'll be telling them the use case. If we find a better model or we can generate one, we'll be using that. But in the generative AI, we'll be connecting everything with stable diffusion, and we'll be going forward with that. So these are the two things. So for like, let me summarize it. So for Android, it's Java, AR core, and AI/ML. For Java, Java is a must, and for next two, like that is AR core and AI/ML, basics are also fine. For iOS, Swift is a must, and AR core, AR kit, and AI/ML. So these two things are like basics is fine.
Awesome. That's a pretty good uh, understanding that one can get. So on the other side, so how much time do I need to put while working with you? How much hours do you think one need to give?
So like what we think is ki, like it will be a research and development thing, because both the like all the three technologies like AR, AI/ML, and like generative, if generative body augmentation, all these things are comparatively new to all the other things. So like it will be research and development. So like I think per week 5 6 hours, or maybe like I think 10 12 hours should be fine. Like it definitely depends on the team size. So right now I'll not be able to define, like, based on a team size, like we'll be dividing the fragments, like someone can take on to some particular task, someone can take on to some particular task. But yeah, uh, I think it would be
So
like
majority of the companies are looking at 20 hours plus per week, wherein the students, those who are doing their graduations, they can put like 2 3 hours a per day, and most of the time they can give on the weekends. So this is how.
yep. Yeah, I also think so. So 10 hours, like as I said, 10 hours for research and 10 hours for development. I think that should be fine per week.
Okay. So 20 hours
Yeah.
minimum.
So yeah, 20, yeah, 20 hours is like a good amount of time. Like we'll be able to achieve a lot with that.
Awesome. So you have mentioned like these are the technology stacks one should know from the basics to advanced
Yeah.
level, right?
Yeah.
If I were to write a proposal for Tiluf, right, being a developer, apart from how can I showcase my skill set to you? Do I need to show my previous achievement? Does this impress impress you, or shall I build something for you, or so that can be the ideal way? How do you envisage a proposal that comes to you can impress you for the selection of the candidate?
This is a nice question. Like, how can you reduce the work on our side? Basically, this is the question. So basically, if you can give us a project which uses a bit of AI/ML, which is on Android or iOS, and using a bit of AR, like even if it's not using AR, that's also fine. Like running some model on Android or iOS, like whichever project you want to join. Like if you are interested in Android, do it on Android. Some AI/ML project, mostly machine learning project. Or if you are interested in iOS, do something related to machine learning or vision, computer vision. And like I think it will be a good head start for, or it will be a good signal for us that yeah, you know something about it, you are interested for these two, like these things. And yeah, it like AR part can be integrated later on. But yeah, like if you have a good understanding of these two, and you are interested in AR, that's a perfect thing. And if you have already done projects on these three tech stacks, like something on AIM and something on AR and something on Android, and it's working, so consider yourself hired
Yeah, that's a good
already.
advantage
Yeah.
for them.
Yes, it's a very good thing.
So we have one question from BizLogs. I have some questions as you have named AR, ML, Android, what this means. So we need to create filters that have ML integrated and compatible with Android, is it? So can there
So follow-up question for the above. If it's so, then the iOS project, do we need to make the same? So yes, BizLock blocks basically, it will not be like filter. It will be something which is there with you, or which looks like a more 3D kind of thing, like creating a 3D space. Let's say a 3D space is there, and when I look at you, based on your geolocation or based on some features, we'll be and if you own something, we'll be showing that thing on you, like maybe a dress, maybe a face thing, or like that. Yeah, it's a filter, but it's a collaborative filter. Like it's inside the Tiluf's hyper reality, we'll be integrating it. So this is the whole thing. Like it's not like a filter with which you take a photo and you just post it. It's gonna be like in the whole ecosystem where already the hyper reality is going on, we'll be introducing this feature. So yeah, it'll be something like that. And uh, can we use or get hands-on with the engine you are using? So actually, we are like we have made our own engine, and like we have created it using native libraries like AR Core and for filament, like for rendering and all. Definitely, once you are in, like we'll be opening it for you, and we'll see how we can integrate it. But right now,
right?
so like but I can assure you that it's not that hard. Like because we have only created it, we have the documentation, the KD or the knowledge transfer will be really smooth, we can assure you that.
So there is a learning advantage if you got shortlisted and work with them.
Yeah, there is, and you'll be able to understand everything at its at its core. That's the greatest plus point. What will be our task? You have mentioned about the tech stack and everything, but still I am unable to find out what will be our individual task. So, see, first of all, it depends. Like if you have chosen Android or iOS, let's say you have chosen Android, your first task will be like integrating the machine learning models, which are for both the things, like for the generative AI part and for the body augmentation part, and like integrating it in such a way and writing the architecture in such a way that it's open for different objects and things. Like it should be something like we are putting like if there's a particular car, then show this on that car. If and like giving some parameters, like if at this location a particular car is there, like understand it's a car and show a particular thing on it. If if at this position or if at this side or if at this angle human is there, then show this dress or suit on it. So like this is for the body augmentation part. This will be the first task, like implementing the machine learning part of it. And for the generative AI, we'll be doing research on integrating stable diffusion with AR core. That will be the two like initial task. Well, like we can decide like which fragment we need to complete first. But yeah, like one of this will be the initial task.
Okay, so there is another question from.
A person who has knowledge of Java, Kotlin, and TensorFlow, what would be more focus in the timeline section on the proposal? Collaborating on AR, learning AR and VR, collaboration or learning AR and VR. Mostly, section of the proposal. It will be collaboration. Like I don't think so. It will be learning of AR VR. I think it's easy only like see Java and all, like you know Java means like you know the basic structure, like how to write a code, like you know that, and we are okay with it. Like now you know that, and like we can teach you the AR part very easily, but maybe it may take some time for ML or AI. But yeah, like mostly it will be collaboration. Like we'll try to do the KT as soon as possible. I don't think so. It'll take much time to learn something. Like everything is really easy in this time or era.
Right. So there is one.
Some more resources in the Slack channel so that we can get more idea about the project. Sure, we can do that.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. Also, you mentioned that the base layer is already built. So, what's the base layer, and from where we are supported to contribute, especially talking about the Android. So, like for the base layer, we are using AR Core and Filament. Like it's also a Google open source library, but we have created our own engine, and mostly will not be open sourcing it to everyone. Maybe for selected people, we'll be opening it, but yeah, like we'll be opening that part which will be used for the machine learning and to like create this whole ecosystem, like where we can start testing it and implementing it, the whole, let's say, a module kind of thing. For that, whatever is needed, we'll be pushing it on those two branches, like iOS and Android AIML part.
Right. I think
Yeah.
this was very good
And
question.
yeah, if there's any other question, so yeah, please shoot it on Slack. The team is really excited, and like we have really good mentors on our side. So don't worry that AI is there, ML is there. Like we just need people who are really motivated to do this thing and really motivated about the vision, and like are really excited to see, like to use what we think here, Punit, is that AR is the epitome of mobile computation, because it's bringing something like definitely it's a bit virtually, but it's bringing something in the real life. So like we are really excited to have people who are really excited about the vision about these two things, and yeah, we'll be there to help you. So one more question is there from Sai Kartike. I have a project, I have projects Android MLAR, but don't have a project which combines all three. Is it fine? Yeah, perfectly. It's fine. Like I don't think so. It'll take much time to combine them. We just need a product idea. like which can combine them. So definitely we have one, and definitely sir, we can discuss it. Like what are the three projects and how, like basically you know about all the three things. So that's great. Can't we propose something that uh, can work in native environment, like building for both Android and iOS part in native environment at the same time in the same project? Are you talking about React Native,
I'm
Vizlox?
thinking so.
So see, React Native we can do that, but like we don't have good libraries for that. Like we'll have to create something in the natives, and then we can create bridges from React Native. And right now we are doing the same, like to save our time. Like we have a whole layer of React Native part, like in which we are writing the common code. But for getting the best performance for iOS, we are writing native code. For Android, we are writing native code, and in middle we are writing the bridges. So for our current project also, like Tiluf, we are maintaining a single repo for both of them. But yeah, for both of them, the engines are different on Android and iOS part. Like one is using majorly ARKit, AR code, but yeah, same APIs are open to the React Native developers. So like we are sharing code, but yeah, we will not be able to share the code at that level, because maybe like once we write these libraries, then people will be able to use it in React Native. But right now, though, we don't have anything like that.
Right.
I hope it answers your question.
Right. In case still if you have query with logs, you can ask Yash on the Slack channel.
Yeah,
He's available.
I'm there. Like it's still of queries. Yep.
Yeah, Tiluf queries. There is one more question from Sai
As
Karthikeyan.
mentioned for body generator, not sure with term. You mentioned that we need to integrate ML APIs. Could you explain more how ML is used? See, body generative. See, body augmentation is a different parallel that will be. It's two sub projects are there, both in both Android and iOS, that we'll be working on as a team. One is body augmentation, one is generative AI. Now, body augmentation, we'll be integrating ML. Like I'll be sharing the links on the Slack channel, so you'll be able to see that using like Google has already provided it for Android. So for Android, you'll be able to integrate different ML models into the whole system. So what happens is when you are using the AR, all the frames, like you are able to process on all the frames. Now, if each frame you are able to process, and then you are able to put something on the frame based on the data that you are getting from the frame. Now, what Google has given us in AR core is that like they have kept it very abstract. You can take those frames, process it with the AI ML models and ML models, and you'll be able to use that data. But for AR, for iOS, similar thing is provided by ARKit. So from there, you'll like will be able to like involve different machine learning models into the whole flow. So, yeah. And generative AI is completely different. That will be explaining you once you join. What level of understanding you expect from a candidate regarding AI, ML, Java, Kotlin? See, Java needs to be really good. Java, Kotlin, or maybe Swift. You need to know that, because we don't have time to explain that to you. एंड लाइक थोड़ा तो बोरिंग ही हो जाएगा, उतना तो आजकल इतना लाइक इतना रिसोर्सेज है ऑन यूट्यूब, जस्ट गो थ्रू इट मे बी। अभी जब से स्टार्ट होगा तब तक ही यू विल गेट टू अंडरस्टैंड जावा, वो कर लो। बाकी ए आई एम एल का ऑल्सो, इफ यू हैव सम नॉलेज एंड ए आर का सम नॉलेज, तो इट विल बी ग्रेट, और एल्स लाइक वी विल बी देयर टू हेल्प यू। बट या, इफ यू हैव दैट तो इट्स चेरी ऑन टॉप। बट जावा और स्विफ्ट तो करा ही जा सकता है, सो डोंट लीव इट, जस्ट डू इट।
Great, great. So one last question that I just wanted to put up: what would be the l- at one point of advice while preparing the proposal for you, so you can get it easily impressed with he or she is applying for
Give
your.
some hands-on experience, like that's what it is. Like theory to, like we can, like a lot of theory can come from your side, but could be like if you have done hands-on, like So you guys have time, like एक दो दिन में you can run some projects, some better things, share the code with us like you have done this, share some videos like of some outputs that you have got out like of these things, or share like what's your vision about generative AI in AR, or how you would want to create the architecture for AI ML, like for body tracking. So like do some homework and give some proof that you have something and you are interested to put your day and night into it.
Right.
Because like on our side, the people are really excited and they are also excited that you guys will be onboarding and will be joining us. So yeah, if I draft a proposal, it is get a review of it to make it precise and accurate. Sure. Please share it on Slack. On do a private DM with me. That would be perfect.
Yeah, that's a great advantage for you, Sai Karthikeya. So
Yeah.
you can understand each and everything before finally submitting the
Like,
proposal.
it was really good. Like we are so really excited. We don't care about the deadlines or start times. We'll start it. What's there? Like we'll just start working on it. Let's see how it, like if there's any harmony. If there's like how are we doing it and all. Like we can tell you like what it exactly about, and maybe we can start it right away. We can see like how it's going on.
Right. So that was quick. I mean, so we are on time. So in
Okay.
case developers have any sort of queries, they'll ask you on Slack, and
Perfect,
I will.
perfect. And so sorry guys, one more thing was there. Like we are not telling you much about Tiluf on Slack, so don't feel that like we are not excited about you coming on board. Like at the moment, everyone is really busy with the launch, like for which we are working on. So yeah,
All
it was
right.
really nice meeting you all.
Same
Thank you
here.
so much, Puneet, for organizing it.
So there is one more question. So let's quickly have
Okay.
it. As
Praful,
a part of
as
proposal,
part of proposal, can we have our resume? Sure, Praful, not at all an issue. Like share it like it's a add-on thing for us. As mentioned in the sample proposal, we need to give weekly plans. Is it compulsory because we have very less knowledge of what uh, uh, to to be done. See, once we have a complete understanding, after that we'll start the weekly plan. See, definitely a weekly plan can be made. Like once, let's say, don't make the weekly plans right now. Like I totally understand. Like you'll not be able to do it. We can leave it, not an issue. Yeah,
right. So I just
yeah.
wanted to address this
Yeah.
question as well. So why we have put in weekly plan in the sample proposal? It means you need to think through, deep dive into the project, and come up with your own thought process. Like this is how you are envisaging to use your 12 weeks, 14 weeks while working with the respective organization. So organization also feel uh, in a confidence manner, so that they can, they can feel like this person have put in a very real effort while submitting the proposal.
Yeah, I think Punit will be able to answer that question. So, yeah.
So that was done for today. I mean, thank you so much for your time, Yash.
Thank you so much for your time too, Punit, and thank you so much for all of you for joining.
Yeah,
Bye
thank
bye.
you. Bye.
Thank you.